Hello. How are you? How are you? How are you? How you doing? How are you? How's it going? Hello. How are you? Hold on. Let's see. A lot of bright out there. See if that helps a little bit. A little bit. Okay. All right. Maybe that's better. I think, kind of have to get it all lined up. So, see, how am I going to do this? So, this, guys, is my studio. I have a studio. That's right. Finally, here on the Gold Coast. For those of you that know, that have been following me for a while. Obviously, we're here in Australia, and I've been trying to put together a studio for my actual recording for podcasts, etc. And so I'm still working on it, obviously, because it really, ideally, you should be here. I should be like, hey, how you doing? What's happening? How are you? Good to see you. Or actually probably over here, because what's going to happen is I'm going to have a green screen. I got a green screen sheet, and I will probably have like a moving blanket or something up here. So it'll be very, very good sound. It's much better sound already. I have this is my blue mic, as you can see. Love it. This is my studio mic. It finally came in from Burbank. So now I can put together this studio, and I've got some new stuff coming in to upgrade it all. And now I have a good studio. I can do actual, broadcasts from here. Because it's inside the closet, and I do have there's a little extra area that I'm sharing on Twitter and all that. I'll be sharing the pictures out there and showing people how to put together something like this, because it costs about $100, literally, to put together a studio. And I've used a studio like that to broadcast everything. So, hey, McLegend, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And so right now I'm still working on it. Obviously, that's why I'm so close in. But I wanted to go ahead and do a podcast today before I start releasing the interviews. I have 4 interviews that are phenomenal, amazing people, amazing guests, and I'm going to be announcing them shortly. So I'm also utilizing them because I'm opening the Reluctant Hero's Journey again this month, and I've got to plan that and get that going. So it'll be near the end of the month that it will open, maybe like February 1st, something like that, to get that going. And then what else? So I've got that podcast. So I'm going to do this podcast now. I'm going to shoot for doing a podcast every Monday and Wednesday, except for next Wednesday, because I'm recording on Wednesday. So I may recording a job, and I may not be able to get back in time to do it. Kurt, what's up? Good to see you. And anyway, so I hope the sound is pretty good. It sounds okay from where I sit, but I'm not exactly 100% sure yet, because this is the first broadcast I'm doing from inside my studio. Rock. Let me check and make sure the sound is pretty good. We got a good level on our sound here. I think that's Brutus White. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, mates. Here we go. So, oh, that's all right. So you got my name right. That's the important part. You didn't call me Shinji, because that's a fictional character. It doesn't exist. I'm Spike. Good to see you. How are you? See, so many people call me Shinji. I'm like, yeah, I'm also Kled and Wukong and Inojin and so many others. I mean, come on. Well, I'm glad you're here, because today I am doing a podcast. I'm going to do a live podcast, and we're going to talk it up so this is a good one for 2021. And I did one last week that was a really good one for 2021. So I hope you guys go back and listen to that one. I think it's called, Hey, 2020, Don't Let the Door Hit You in the Ass. And it's about a way to kind of, it's just different ideas and concepts to refocus for 2021. get yourself off on a better footing. And this one's going to be kind of in addition to that, going in deep on what you're telling yourself. And I've done this a few times on the podcast, but this one's very specific with the words I am. So, McLegend, my Christmas was beautiful. It was warm and sunny. Santa wears board shorts down here. Pretty cool. I got to introduce you guys to my, let's see if I can get this turned around. Introduce you to my In the Booth fan club. Check it out. These are my peeps right there. Who is that? Who are these people? That's right. Yoda, Darth Vader, R2-D2, Princess Leia, C-3PO. I think that's Boba Fett, or probably the Mandalorian, actually. And, of course, you guys know Kylo Ren and the Stormtrooper and Rey. There you go. Look at that. Cool, huh? That's kind of fun. See, in my sound studio back home, I used to have all kinds of other animated things. I had Krusty the Clown. I had a little Homer Simpson. I had Scooby Doo and Ricky Boogie. I love Scooby Doo. My wife does not. I don't know why. Let's see, Star Wars. Carrot, very funny getting the robot. That's great. Thank you so much. So. Because this is my goal for this year. I want to do something in the Star Wars universe. So I want to become a part of that. That is what I'm manifesting. That's what I'm putting out there. I'm just throwing it out there. It's like, hey, you know what? Who doesn't want to be in the Star Wars universe, right? So I'm just throwing it out there, and I've got these guys to help me out with that, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm digging it. Anywho, so that's what's happened. I hope everybody's 2021 has started nicely. Excuse me. Gotta clear some things out here, man. So I'm just leaving the door open today because usually I'm over there in that corner, over there. But I figure I got to use my good mic, and the sound is going to be a lot better on these, I think. So how's Christmas? I just answered that. Christmas is great. But now that Christmas is a week ago, guys, so we got to take the trees down and all that stuff. And we had a little tree here, and we are staying here in this apartment. So that's cool. We're going to be probably in this apartment for at least a year, maybe 2. Dishwash season. Yeah, we did a lot of that. Thank God we've got a good dishwasher now. I can throw everything in there and just hit go. Love that. I'm so happy with that because I did my dishes for 14 years by hand. Some of you guys might remember my old dishwashing Zen, and I used that as a repetitive Zen sort of thing. I enjoyed that. When you've got the right sink and setup, it's okay. It's not so bad. But, here I've got smaller sink, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to do all this stuff. I'm going to throw it in there, put the thing in, hit go, and then do something else. So that's what I've been doing. What happened in Nashville on Christmas Day? Yes, I did hear about that. I don't listen to the news and everything, but I can see what's going on from time to time. It's a tragedy. It's terrible. And that's all I know. So I keep that junk out of my purview. So we're going to leave that away from here. I wish the best and happiness and health and love and prayers for everybody involved in that. And that's all we're going to talk about for that. Hey, Luigi, what's happening? No dishwash. Okay, get piano math. That's interesting. Hey, William, 2021 stimulus. Yeah. Bogus hospital bill. Well, that happens. No service was rendered. What? That sucks. Car's an electrical issue. Now I take it to the shop. All right, William, we're going to stop with the bitching. I'm going to tell you that right now. We all feel for you. Absolutely. We're going to shift that whole thing around so you can turn it into a win, baby. Boom. Because we're going to make 2021 all about you being awesome. Okay? Let's shift that mindset. So no more about that crap. You say, you know what? What's awesome? You're healthy, right? There you go. Car's an electrical issue. Hey, at least it didn't happen when you were on the road in the middle of the desert. Like me and a friend of mine, we were going to go through the Outback. We were going to do the Mad Max thing. We were going to go. He says, you can go for like days and see no one. And I'm like, days and see no one? So yeah, it's good to know if you have an electrical issue before that. Trust me on that one. And yeah, see the good side. It's called a reframe. And yeah, so we were thinking about that. But the problem is now probably not going to do that for a while because my wife is pregnant. So we're going to have our baby in June. So that was kind of when we were going to do it because like June is winter here in Australia. And that's the best time to go out and do that, even though it's still hot. But yeah, so we're going to wait for that for a little while because we're focused on that little guy. And I start culinary school in 3 weeks. So, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. I now plan to review RG1. Oh, cool. Kurt, do it. Give it a good one. All right, guys. So we are about 15 minutes in. So I want to go ahead and rock out this podcast. And we're just going to have fun with it and see what happens. All right. So, as usual, I cannot comment while doing my podcast. Will get to ya right after in 30 minutes. Cool. Boom. Here we go. All right, guys. Hang out with me. I'm gonna give you guys some book learning. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have some fun with it right here. Oh boy. First podcast of the new year. That's right, my friend. Here it comes. Let's see. Now my wife is in there. I'm gonna keep this door. Let's check on something real quick. Let's see how different it sounds with the door shut. You know, that sounds better with the door shut. I think I'm going to leave the door shut for now. And if it gets hot, we'll rock and roll with it. All right, people. Ever got called an idiot sandwich? No, Kurt. Are you calling me an idiot sandwich? Do I have to block your ass? Come on now. Don't be, don't be a dinkus. Ian, hope you get the questions again. Well, me too. That would be awesome. All right, everybody. We are going to get started on the podcast and rock and roll. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mind Scrambler podcast. Spike Spencer, your host here, and this is the first podcast of the new year, 2021. And wow, what a 2020 we just left, huh? Yeesh, that was ugly. We are hoping very, very much that 2010, sorry, my mouth is not working right now. 2021 is going to be far superior. And that is my plan. And I'm going to give you a way to put yourself in the right mindset today that can help you actually make your 2021 far better because it's up to you. It really, truly is up to you. So this podcast that I am calling it today is I Yam What I Yam. So if some of you may have grown up with Popeye, I am what I am. That's what I grew up with. That's one of the things I grew up with, one of the animated things I grew up with. But also, I am are the two most powerful words in language of any type. Because if you think about it, now obviously we can get really, really into the minutia of it and say, well, in the Hebrew Bible, God said, bah, or in Buddhism, they say this, or in whatever, it doesn't matter. But for your neuroscience, let's go with I am are the two most powerful words you will ever utter. Why is that? Because whatever comes after I am is very, very important. And I'm going to go into that with you guys. So I am what I am is the topic for today. So let's get 2021 kicked off and put you in a state of power right off the bat. Because I am still here in Australia and we've had COVID and it's still happening all over the place. And it's nuts. There are conspiracy theories. There are facts that are being mistaken. There are people taking advantage. There's good, bad, ugly. People are coming together more. And a lot of people are having a hard time because a lot of their power has been taken away from them. And in many cases, the power that is taken away from you comes from you. And let me explain that. So I am. These are the two words that God said himself, right? Some of you guys understand the Bible, know the Bible far better than me. You know, he says, I am that I am. So what does that mean? That means he exists. That means he is. Now that's powerful. If you think about it, those two words, so simple. I am. I exist. I am here. I am now. I am all. Well, think about what happens in your mind when you utter those words. I am. It's a powerful word if you think about it. I am. That is powerful. That has power for you personally. And yet, most people are misusing that very real power. Why is that? Because most people are stating something very negative right after those two incredibly powerful words. And what happens on the subconscious level, let me go over this with you. So, what you tell yourself is taken on by your subconscious mind. We have the conscious and subconscious. I go over this all the time because I'm a subconscious mind nerd. I'm an NLP certified coach, and I understand the verbiage that we use. We have to be very careful because words are incredibly powerful, like these two being the most powerful. Because if you say, I am successful, there's a power to that. And your subconscious mind does not determine right, wrong, good, or bad. It simply goes off of whatever you tell yourself. So if you say, I am successful, your subconscious mind goes, okay, yes, sir, you are successful. Great. If you tell yourself, I suck, I am terrible, I am fat, I am lonely, I am sad, I am blah, 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 all these negative things that you are throwing out as a statement of fact, a very powerful statement of fact indeed. You are putting a negative, very, very negative connotation right after the two most powerful creation words in the world. What do you think that's doing to your subconscious, to your life, to the manifesting that comes about in your life? See, we manifest everything in our life, believe it or not. And people will come at you with this sometimes and say, well, I didn't manifest this or that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We manifest everything in our lives. And there's a reason for that, because we're not using our subconscious mind correctly. And it doesn't mean it's not like a blame thing in any way, shape, or form, because I've had some terrible things happen to me. And I would blame other people for that. I would blame God for that. I'd blame anybody for that. Once I took the reins back and said, I am powerful, I am in charge, I am at cause. Wow. Your life opens up. Your life changes because now you have options. Now you have choices. Now you have possibilities that before came from outside of you, from someone else, somewhere else, some random thing. And that changed the course of your life. If you take ownership and realize how powerful the words I am really are, then you can start to reprogram the things that are happening to you. You can start to reprogram the things that you are actively manifesting in your life, because whatever you say, your subconscious mind takes as an order and it takes as an action. I've talked about this a lot. It's the reticular activating system. If you believe something, then you're going to see evidence for that. That's what's causing cognitive dissonance in a lot of things here. It's like people are, oh, I believe this, therefore it's true, regardless of any facts to the contrary. That's another big issue that's happening right now with all this COVID. But my point for this discussion is how powerful you are in the words that you are saying and the things that you are saying that are leading you down a path that you may or may not want to be on. It's up to you to say the things that you need to say to get you back on the right path. By understanding you've got this power inside of you, most people don't A, realize that they even have that power, and B, if they do realize that they have that power, have no idea how to use it. It's like a muscle. It's like anything else. You have to flex your muscles in order for them to work. And I said this a while back. I said, weightlifters go to failure every day because they work out until they can't do it anymore. That's how you build more muscle, is you fail. So up to this point, let's say 2020, you have been burdened, you have been depressed, you have been tense, you have been hurt, you have been scared. It's time to change that around. And you realize that you do have the power to do so. Your outlook, your point of view is 100% yours and is 100% manufactured by you. So when people say, well, I just really want to be happy, I say, okay, then be happy. Ooh, that pisses people off. You're like, I really want to be happy. Really? Do you? Then what's that scowl on your face for? Well, damn it. When people realize that happiness is a choice, you understand when you travel the world, as I have, and you see a bunch of different cultures and different ideas and different concepts, and you see people and you study people that have been horribly hurt in ways that you would say, oh my God, how in the world can you think that they manifested that on a greater realm that goes deeper than my training? You can talk to somebody else more about that as it goes deeper, but I get the point. Things happen. How are you in this particular point of the world? How did you get there? How did this happen? How did this come to you? You've made decisions since you could make decisions, and every one of those decisions has led you to where you are at that point in time. So somewhere along the line, you have to say, wait a minute, I can make different decisions. I can say, I am powerful. I am smart. I am physically fit. I am healthy. I am whatever. I mean, you come up with, there's a million different words that you can come up with that are probably better than the things you tell yourself on a day-to-day basis. What most people have been telling themselves is a story about wherever they are, whatever predicament they're in. And most of the stories that we are being told are made up. You have to really go back and break down where you are, who you are, what you've been telling yourself, because that's the most important thing. What other people say does not matter. It literally does not matter what other people say. You have to be able to take what people say, the actual words, the actual meanings, the actual substance and energy of what somebody says, and be able to take that and go, let me examine that, rather than going, oh, that hurt me. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Once you get this power and say, I am in control of my life. I am in control of who I am. I am in control of my feelings. Therefore, you cannot be triggered, quote unquote, if you are in control. Can't be done. You look at people that are so advanced, the Dalai Lama, or people like Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther King, or people that have been Gandhi, people that can rise above all this fire and pain and anger, and somehow tap in to whatever it is that is just, wow, how do they do that? It's a very interesting question. Well, it doesn't just happen overnight. They have to tell themselves things. They have to work at it. It's like anything else that I've taught or you've heard in my podcast, like anything else, you have to apply the tips, the trainings, the techniques, the tools that I share with you. You have to apply them, not just once. You have to do it over and over again until you master it, until you get it. As one of my mentors, Jim Fortin, says, I don't know if I call him mentor, coach. I've trained with him a little bit. And he's amazing. His podcast is absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend it. But Jim Fortin says, where did he go? You ever had that moment where your brain just kind of goes, wait a second, what was I talking about? Anyway, Jim Fortin said something. I forgot. I completely forgot where I was on this tangent. So let me just keep going with what I'm thinking here about your power. Let me shift, as I had another note I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm sure I will circle back around to what Jim Fortin said. And the reframes that we want to do for you this year for 2021, we want to start off right. We want you to be in charge of you. So therefore, what you're going to do is reframe the things that you're telling yourself. Anytime you feel negative or down on yourself, or you feel like posting something on social media, I am so blah. Think a second time. Stop. What is that thing you're about to write after I am? I am so angry. Well, okay, you may be angry. It's under reaction, right? That's a reaction. Maybe you're triggered. Maybe somebody said something. You're all, I'm so angry. Well, okay. If the anger is warranted and justified, you can have that anger. But if you stay in that anger more than 5 minutes, it's a choice. I got that from one of my mentors, Brendan Burchard. If you're angry for more than 5 minutes, it's a choice. It becomes a choice. It becomes a part of you. So now you're saying, I am angry. Well, then now this is one of your character traits. Do you want to have that character traits? Hey, there's Bob. He's angry. Let's go hang out with him. No, that's not what you want. You can be angry for a time and then let it go. For the most part, things on socials, political arguments, pretty much any argument anymore, I don't get mad about any of it. I'm like, that's somebody's opinion. Cool. I am cool with who I am. I am in charge of my feelings. I am not allowing others to dictate how I feel. I am only allowing myself to dictate how I feel. See there, I did a negative, so I canceled, clear that. I am only allowing myself to be in charge of my feelings, my emotions, because it's my power. It's your power. It's your power. So whatever you're saying, I am whatever that is, whatever that word after I am, think about it. Is it positive? Is it constructive? Is it going to help you in your life? If it is not, stop, shift, cancel, clear, reject, whatever you got to do. Stop in your tracks and say, back up, rewind. I am in the process of doing this, in the process of becoming whatever it is you want, which is usually the opposite of what you just said. I am fat. Well, hold on a second. Number one, you're not fat. You're an intelligent, cosmic freaking being made of stars and stardust and energy and blah, 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 all that woo-woo stuff that is being backed by science now, guys. Check it out. You are an amazing being who may have a little extra fat. Cool. So what? Let it go. Release it. Figure it out. You'll work it out, because what you're telling yourself is going to get in there, because that subconscious mind goes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are whatever. So say what it is you want. Now, there's another one I mentioned in the podcast. There's another technique. I call it the intention stair step. I'm working on a new title for that. I came up with something. Gosh, I should write things down more often, shouldn't I? So the intention stair step that I'm calling it right now is basically when you say, I am something, and your heart calls bullshit. So if you say, this is why I say that positive affirmations are crap in many ways, because they're done wrong. Positive affirmations are fantastic, done correctly. Positive affirmations done incorrectly are actually working against you. So if you're saying, I am, for example, most people say, I am a millionaire, because you got to fake it till you make it. Yeah, but your heart goes, bullshit. Because you're not a millionaire. All right. So if you're not a millionaire and you say, I'm a millionaire, you've just told yourself a lie. Most people think that's how you do fake it till you make it. Well, you have to state it as if it is a fact. Yes. You also have to believe it. Because if your heart calls BS on that, you don't believe it, you're going to be kind of fighting against yourself. So what you do is, I call it the stair step, go backwards. So if you say, I am a millionaire, you're not. Your heart says BS. Say, well, I am in the process of becoming a millionaire, your heart may say at that point, I don't think so, not yet. Say, I believe I can be the type of person who can become a millionaire. And your heart goes, yes, yes, I believe that. I believe that with you. Yes, we are simpatico. Let's go with that. There is your baseline. That is your first level, your plateau where you start from. Don't start from the other side saying something that is not true. Find something that is true for you and make it powerful. I am in the process of being this person. And once you learn for a while and you can up the ante. It's like I am becoming this. And your heart goes, yeah, you are. You're actually making this happen. Excellent. And then one day you'll say, I am a millionaire. And be like, damn, I really am. I know this. I have been one a long time ago. But it does happen. And you know you can do these things, because you're telling yourself that you can. By sitting here right now, just say to yourself, I am on the path to becoming better. That's all you got to say. I am on the path to becoming better. And your heart's going to go, yeah, you are. You know why it's going to say you are? Because you're listening to this right now, which is a tool to get you to that next level. If you read a book about positive development, self-growth, self-help, those kind of things, something that is leading you to become a better human being, then you are on that road. So yes, you are on the path to becoming a better person. And that is powerful. Doesn't it feel better? If you just think of that for a sec, just thinking that in your head, doesn't that feel better than I am fat, I am sad, I am lonely, I am a failure, yada, 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 yada. There's tons of ways to reframe all that. But just, by the way, just thinking it in your head is the same as saying it. Ooh, shit. Yeah. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, oh no, now what? Just thinking it is the same thing. And here's the bad news. Most of us think the same thing every day. All the same thoughts. 99% of all the thoughts that you had today, that you have today, you had yesterday. And there are thousands, possibly millions of them, cascading just all over you. So what if most of those things that you were telling yourself are negative, bad, and for every time you think that negative thought, your subconscious goes, yes, sir. What do you think's happening in your life? Your subconscious is taking that reticular activating system and showing you evidence for exactly that thing you just said. It's time for you to turn it around. You can totally turn it around. And I am are the two most powerful words that are going to get you there. You say, I am, and then something on the positive side after those two words for you. And if you don't believe it, if you feel a little, I don't think so, well, do you use the intention stair step a little bit? Pull it back a little bit until you find something you believe. I am becoming that person. I am in the process. I am searching and will find a way, et cetera, et cetera. Things like that. Work with it. Play with whatever works for you. But what you're looking for is that feeling in your heart that says, okay, yeah, we got some agreement here. You know, the subconscious mind says, yes, sir. The heart says, yes, sir. Your mouth said, yes, sir. Boom. We're all good to go. All right. Let's start at that plateau. Now let's go get a book that moves us forward. Let's listen to a podcast, you know, like the Mind Scrambler podcast that gives us some good information. You know, let's join something. I've got the Reluctant Heroes Journey membership group, which does this all the time coming up. I'm opening that up at the end of the month. So you need to get subscribed to that faux show, because that is where you're going to get active tools, tips, and training, et cetera, there. The point is, get active with this. Start telling yourself, I am, and then add some positive action behind that, because the chances are very, very good that you are not doing that on a daily basis. Now, let me give you a little bit more information on why this matters so much. I forgot the book. I want to say it was The Neuroscience of Happiness. And there's also The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. But I think it was The Neuroscience of Happiness that stated they have found that for every negative that you tell yourself, or that somebody says something negative to you, it takes, I think, 13 positive reaffirmations to equal that, to cancel that one negative out. Let me say that again. If somebody tells you something negative, it takes 13 positives to cancel that out. That is big. That is a lot. So if you are telling yourself negative things throughout the day, then when are you getting the positive things to counteract that 13 times over? The chances are you probably aren't. So the best thing you can do right now is take charge and do the work, which means affirmations. However, affirmations that work, affirmations that your heart agrees on. And think about what it is you want. What is it you want? State that you are on the path. State that you are becoming the person who can do this. State that you are going to find the answer. I am going to find the answer. That's it. Bam. And if you find the answer, your subconscious goes, yes, sir. I have used my subconscious to find all kinds of things. It's so interesting when you do it with the little things and you do it with big things. I manifested this trip to Australia. Okay. Huge, huge manifestation because I was working on it every day. I didn't even think about Australia. It wasn't even in my concept, but it happened. And it happened exactly as it needed to happen to put us in the safest place on the planet, pretty much. Almost, yeah, pretty much the safest place on the planet. You guys have heard me talk about that. But that's part of the subconscious manifestations that happen on the bigger scale. Think about the smaller ones that happen in your daily life. You have the power to change them. You lose your keys. Ask your subconscious mind, where are they? And expect the answer. Say, I am going to find out. I am in the process. I am finding it. I am knowing exactly where my keys are. Whatever. You'll find that your subconscious knows everything and is attached to everything. And again, quantum physics is starting to suss this out. You know, it sounds like woo-woo. I'm like, dude, I'm a skeptic when it comes to all this stuff. And I see it. I see how it works. And I'm learning how it works scientifically as well. So understanding the power of I am is huge. So knowing that you have to counteract all the negatives that you're probably telling yourself every day, get started immediately. Listen to what you're saying. Are you saying I am and then something negative? Even in your brain, are you thinking, oh, I am so stupid? Reject. Cancel clear. Let's reframe that. And here's the point. You can do that, and you need to do it out loud. Some of these things that you're telling yourself in your mind, they just kind of come and go, and you don't realize it. You'd be like 5 minutes, you go, wow, I've just told myself I'm stupid, ugly, I forget names, I blah, 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 all these negative things. Stop and say, I reject all of those negative things now. If you say something, immediately you can say, cancel, clear. I forgot what book I got that from, but it's so great because you go, cancel, I cancel that, I clear. Cancel, clear. I cancel what I just said, clear the slate, then state the positive. I am, whatever is positive for you in that moment in time. Because what you're telling yourself, you're telling your subconscious. So it's like, listen up, subconscious. Hey, that thing I just said, cancel that, rewind. And your subconscious goes, yes, sir. We believe this. Boom. And you go, oh, cool. I am positive, positive, positive. Over time, it's not going to happen overnight. Guys, you've been doing this nonstop for years. I know because I have. I did it for years. Now, I'm still in the process. I am not a master in any way, shape, or form yet. I am in the process of becoming a master manifester, a master, just all the good stuff. I am becoming that. My heart says, yeah, you are. Cool. I know that because I'm on the path. And my subconscious says, yes, we are. Yeah, we're all good. You will literally feel the agreement. And I really want to find out sometime in a future podcast, if you guys want, or you can comment on this one on iTunes and go, whoa, he is so right. You will feel that agreement in your heart and your subconscious. It's almost like your subconscious goes, yep, we got it. All good. Yes, sir. And you feel it all. And you feel a little, oh, I feel good. Cool. That's what I want for each and every one of you. I want you to feel that moment because you have the power to make your life what you want it to be. It takes work. It's not like people say in The Secret, I'm going to sit on my couch and I have $1 million. I can tell you why that doesn't work, because your heart doesn't agree with you. If you had the power, ideally, if you were a master at this and there was no doubt in your mind whatsoever, it's like in the Bible, it says you have enough faith in a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. I don't know what the hell a mustard seed has to do with it, but I think that means if you have just that little bit of faith, you can move a mountain. Well, if you have that little bit of faith, you can manifest $100,000 sitting on your couch doing nothing. That's the power of your mind. Now, do I know anybody that's done that? I don't think so. But then again, I do have some teachers that have done some amazing things like that with their mind, and it blows your mind. You're like, what the boom? So, but today is very simple. I am, and then say something positive about yourself. That is the trick. So all of these things that I've left with you today, I want you to think about them and watch what you're telling yourself and ask yourself, hey, have I been telling myself this for a while? Who says I am this or I am that? Question it. Who's telling you that? If nobody else is telling you that, then you're telling yourself that. If somebody else is telling you that, wouldn't you say, wow, you're kind of a dick? Yeah, you would. So if you're telling yourself all these negative things, you're kind of being a fill in the blank. So stop being that. Say, I am an awesome person. I am loving to myself. I am forgiving to myself. I am an awesome being of freaking light and energy and vibration and all that other woo-woo stardust stuff. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's good. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Because I am serious when I want to help you guys. I am serious about inspiring people and bringing laughter to millions. And I am serious about liking what I do. I really love this. I love sharing what I have found in my life that turned my life around from, deep dark caverns. So listen to yourself, correct yourself, and say, I am something positive, because you are amazing. And I'm leaving you with that today on the Mind Scrambler podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. All right, guys, that was the Mind Scrambler podcast for today. Let me download that. Export as MP3 here. I go MS, bam, I yam what I yam, bam. I am what I am, bam, 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 bam. Cool. There we go. Booyah. All right, now I can see what you guys are saying. Okay, sorry about that weird question, Kurt. That's okay, no problem. Culinary School, it's going to be amazing. I love cooking, so I'm already good with Culinary School. So it's cool. It's so funny because I'm like, people are like, you do all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, a voice actor. I was a real estate investor. I'm a coach, a voice coach, a relationship communication, NLP, bank, blah, 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 all these things. And let's just, I don't know, public speaker. And let's throw on chef. Let's throw chef in there. Why not? Let's throw chef in there. What the hell? So it's going to be amazing. Have you seen a trailer in Neon Genesis 7? I don't think so. I've seen pictures. Hope you stay safe from COVID. Here's the thing, Ian, I am 100% completely safe from COVID. You can be too. See what I did there? I am healthy. I am powerful. I am whole. I am perfect. There you go. Get that in your mind. That's how you roll it. Ashley, then be happy. Hello. Hey, Chiliacs. I just made some chili yesterday. Yep. Thank you, Luigi. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Ashley. I think this is a good one to help you guys, move forward for 2021, because there's so much negativity out there, and I'm seeing cracks in a lot of this stuff. Now, do I know, is COVID real? Absolutely. I've never said it was not real. I have said that there is a lot of BS about it, And, some of these conspiracy theories that people always poo-poo, well, that was brought up from the CIA to to find people that were getting close to the truth, to label them as nuts. So I've heard a lot of stuff from various different places, and I just use my brain and say I am discerning. I believe what I want. I believe what I believe. I think critically, and there's so many things like I could go on this for a long time, but the bottom line is, guys, you're as healthy as you want to be, and you have to believe that you are healthy. See, a lot of people don't believe they're healthy. As soon as they get it's seriously, read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I'm reading it through for about the 20th time. I read it every morning. I do a chapter every morning. I'm going to be reading it. It's going to be an audiobook, so it will be available to you probably in the next couple of weeks, because I'm going to start. I read a chapter a day, so I'm going to come in here and read a chapter a day and then edit it, boom, and it'll be a book. It'll be available on my site. I have a couple of other books that are going to be there as well. They're there now, but I've got to redo some of the stuff, and you can purchase them. You can buy them. So you'll have these audio books that are personal development, old school stuff. They're all public domain. They're all older, and they will help you immensely, because the basis of all of those is what is the actual personal development world of today. Look at Tony Robbins. Everything he teaches comes from these older things. And they just move forward with it and get, tweak it, make it better, make it their own, etc. So anyway, my point is, guys, say you are healthy, you are whole, you are perfect, you are powerful. Because I know a lot of people that have COVID. Kim's dad is fighting right now, and he's on a ventilator, and he tested negative. And so we're like, wait a minute. I mean, I'm saying he's got it. I mean, it must be. It's exactly the same thing. Well, guess what? I found out also people who had other kinds of flu and lung issues, et cetera, they also get put on ventilators too. So it doesn't just mean that they are. And it's like, where's the flu gone? Nobody talks about the flu anymore. I don't know, it's flu. It killed 80,000 people last year. Nobody cared. Nobody did it. You have a sniffle of flu. It's like, yeah, I got a little bit of the flu, so just don't get close to me. Don't get close to me. You just touched that door handle, and I went over and touched that door handle, and I scratched my eye. Now I got the flu. People die from that. So it's that critical thinking. So I just try to tell you, hey, you know what? This isn't new. These things happening is not new. And people are acting like it is. Like, oh my God, this has never happened before. It happened last year. Tens of thousands of people. And we never heard crap about it. Nothing. And the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. So it really is. I say COVID has the best press agent I've ever seen, because that's quite amazing. And yes, there are people who are dying from it. Yes, absolutely. It's terrible. It's tragic. I get that. We know people. I also know people who have had it. Lots of people who have had it. And 99% of them are fine. And that's something we're figuring out. But people always say, well, here's what I believe, and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, you believe whatever you want. I am cool. I am comfortable with where I am. I am flexible, and I listen, and I look, and I say, okay, here it is. So I just ask you to be discerning. Use your head, use your brain, use your noggin, and don't take what's spoon-fed to you by the media. Believe me, don't do that. Search out other information, because you need to. Anyway, did anybody have any questions about the podcast today? Is there anything you guys like to chat about or want me to go into a little bit deeper real quick? Because I got a few more minutes, and then I'm going to pop on out of here and get on with my day. I got stuff to do. Yo. Like, I've got to, upload this and get it posted and all that, and then release it. So it will be out tonight, as soon as I put it all together. Anyway, so if you guys are not, I would love some help, by the way. Let's see, where is it? I am doing a campaign right now there you go. I'm doing a campaign to boost my Twitter. I am focusing heavily on Twitter, because what I'm doing now is I'm going deep. I'm going deep on Twitter, and I'm going to focus on that rather than saying, oh, I need to post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, yeah, la, 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 la. It's like this. Nobody cares. but I'm figuring out how to do this on Twitter. So I need followers on Twitter. So if you guys would share my link and tell people, dude, this guy's awesome. Mind Scrambler podcast, cool. He does all these voices, cool. That would be amazing. That'd be really amazing. I would love that. Also, if you want, go to my website, spikespencer.com, under the voiceover stuff, and I have a fan club link. I'll make it easier. I'm going to make another, some more. I'm working on that. That's coming. But go there and you'll be on my email list. And that way you'll know what's coming. Twitter and my email are going to be the two places that I'm going to announce everything that goes on. My Facebook group as well. But it's like you announce something in Facebook and 25 people see it. So it's like, now. But everybody on Twitter and that knows my Twitter, they'll see that. So I'm going to be doing more work on Twitter. So if you guys can, please share my link and tell people to follow me and just get that word of mouth out there. And if you like what I'm doing. Oh, and please go to the Mind Scrambler podcast on iTunes and leave me a 5-star review and leave me an actual review. Say, this guy knows what he's talking about. This, whatever it is, just the whole podcast. Just say, there's so much information here. Because there is. Thanks, Luigi. I appreciate that. And we're going to get the word out there. I'm going to keep going because I'm passionate about this stuff. And I do love it. And I do know what I'm talking about. And I'm doing things right now. I do these things every day. Watching what I'm saying and manifesting things and trainings and the tools and techniques and learning every day. So I bring you different concepts. If you've been listening for a while, I go into the subconscious a whole lot because that's what I'm working on so much is I'm working on becoming that guy who really can manifest. That is what I really want to do because that is using the power of your mind so honed. As far as relationships go, I got that. Communication, connection. I'm very good at communication and connection and public speaking, et cetera, et cetera. And I know that. And I've been doing it a long time. And now I'm at that point where it's like, okay, now how do I inspire millions? How do I bring this message? How do I let people know that they've got this too? I know, Gojira, that's cool. Maybe if I did this one, because this one's is better. Hey, I must have run away. Yeah, I ran away. Now I'm on the lam. Hey. So, anyway. All right, guys, I've had fun, and I appreciate it. So please follow me on Twitter and get on my email list. And I will see you guys next time tomorrow, because now I'm doing this my usual schedule, which is pretty much every day about this time, except Wednesday. Again, I may not be doing it because I have a voiceover session. And so I don't know when I will be getting home on that one. All right, guys, see y'all later. All right, McLegend, Greg, I'm so glad that you did. Again, please tell other people. Go to Twitter and say, dude, listen to this podcast. It's amazing. I appreciate it, guys. Have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow.